Today we are gonna be flying from somewhere in America. Let's see, can we go? After the new update, America has received quite a lot of interesting points. Point of interest, I'm sorry. So let's see. Let's try to fly over from Kennedy International Airport all the way to Newcastle, maybe. Let me check 24 minutes. That looks fine. Going to be a high altitude airways, and the livery is going to be AF, United States Air Force. Alright, let's go back. This is going to be the route. 24 minutes, or it's 18 minutes, or what? Shall we change it to 31 minutes? Yeah, that's fine. ILS 10, how does it look? ILS 10 is fine. Alright, let's go!
Tower Airbus ready to go, runway 31 IFR to Baltimore.
Airbus cleared for takeoff, runway 31.
Alright. So this is the LaGuardia International Airport. Look at the graphics. I'm running at everything at medium, medium high. So I'm getting good enough frames. Okay. This is our beautiful plane. What does it say? Cargo squadron. Let's head inside. Try to adjust a few settings. I don't really like to start from the scratch. That is from the start of the engines. That is pretty boring procedure. Let's see the flight plan. Okay, we have the ILS selected. Alright, this is fine. Let's check on the flight director. That is on. Constraints is on, and this is going to be our route. Let's try to set this here. Set the altitude at 10,000, and let's see how many flaps can we take. Let's take 2 flaps. Alright, and let's disengage the parking brakes, and off we go. 40% thrust, and then all the way Toga. Landing gears. As for me, United States already was pretty much well developed. Didn't really need an update. What Microsoft should actually be, and also Boost Studios both, should be actually taking care of other parts of the world as well.
120.4 for Airbus.
Hey, we have beautiful weather outside.
New York departure Airbus is at 1,100
The
feet,
LaGuardia Airport.
6,000 feet.
You see,
Airbus New York departure continue as planned. QNH 29.902. Airbus, your transponder appears inoperative or malfunctioning. Reset squawk 4551. Overspeed.
what does it say?
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
Huh?
Overspeed. Overspeed.
Let's engage the autopilot
Overspeed.
and reduce the throttle a little bit to climb. Squawk 4551.
Squawk 4551.
4551. Squawk. This is
Airbus climb and
auto,
maintain 12,000 feet.
and this is, I think, inoperable.
Climb and maintain 12,000 feet Airbus.
12,000 feet. Alright,
Airbus climb and maintain flight level 180.
180. Flight level 180
Climb and maintain
means
flight level 180 at Airbus.
18,000 feet. That's the beautiful city of New York. I like this good level of detail on this airplane. It's showing the US flag over here at the bottom of the belly. Good job with deliveries. Alright, we're climbing 18,000 feet. Autopilot is on. What is
Airbus
our...
contact New York Center on 121.125.
121.125 Airbus.
121.5. I've given the ATC communication to
Airbus is at 8,100 feet.
the autopilot.
Level 180.
Alright, so this particular
Airbus New York Center
arrow over here,
as planned.
it says
29.902.
right about when we are close to 10 or 12 nautical miles, it is at this point we'll be able to achieve the 18,000 feet. So it is kind of estimating how much time will it take for us to reach over there.
133.15 for Airbus. New York Center Airbus is climbing through 10,200 feet for flight level 180.
How is the weather? Let's see whether is it live or not.
Continue to land as planned. UNH
Let's do it live.
902.
Little bit of stutter over there, but that doesn't matter. How much frames I'm getting. Still about okayish. Okay, we have some high level winds. You see the plane little bit of getting wind effect over here. Okay. We are now approaching 320. I'd like to give it a boost, let's say 350, and let's give it a manual vertical speed change of 5,000 feet a minute. So as soon as you do this, you see this little line over here, 37, 42, 45, 46. That means it is now increasing its vertical speed to 5,000 speed a minute. And here you can see it says VS 5000. So the nose of the plane starts to pitch up, and we are increasing the altitude at a much faster rate than we were before. So as soon as we are at 18,000, this will level off and this VS indicator will go down. 92% thrust. Okay, this is fine. And 350 knots is the speed. So this GS means ground speed. Ground speed we are at 306. TAS means true airspeed. So as we go higher, there is less dense air going inside the engine. Less dense air starts to flow over the wings as well. So the speed which is indicated over here, the indicated airspeed, doesn't actually give you the true speed, which is why we have a TAS, that means true airspeed indicator over here, which gives you the actual speed. So which hence these are the three indicators over here. One is the indicator speed,
Maintain flight level 280.
one is the true airspeed, one is the ground speed. We have communication from ATC. We have been asked to move the altitude up to flight level 280. We are going to engage 280, 28,000 on the autopilot, and let's see, let's give it another boost. It's notching up. Actually, let's take it to all the way to 6. You see here? You see the difference? As soon as I engage that vertical speed indicator, we are now climbing at much high rate of angle. The speed, however, takes an effect. It starts to reduce a little bit. Had I pressed FLC, that means flight level change, it would have taken care of the speed as well. So now, as you can see, when the speed was reducing below its stall speed, what the plane did was it pitched the nose down so that the speed gets increased. You see here, this is coming down over here. So speed, so that we gain some amount of speed in order to maintain the plus 6,000 feet minute rate of ascent. But I think that's going to be difficult for this aircraft in order to reach the 28,000 altitude. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disengage the vertical speed and just keep 350 as the selected airspeed. So what is going to do, the autopilot will do it automatically. It will check based on the current speed what it should be maintaining, that is 350 at this point, and the altitude which I've selected, that is 28,000 feet, how much the rate of ascent should be. So let's see here, it is calculating. First it will try to increase the speed. As we can see, the indicator speed is going up at 0.55, 0.6 Machs. We are close to 280, which is going to reach all the way to 350. Let's give a little bit more boost so that we achieve the indicated speed, selected speed of 350 much quicker.
Airbus contact New York Center on 124.625.
But I think that's going to be difficult for this aircraft right now.
124.625 Airbus.
Let's try to reduce this a little bit to maybe
New York Center Airbus
330.
through flight level 215 for flight level 280.
And then when it has achieved this speed, then it'll start to climb up.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 right approach via AGNSS transition. Cleared to AGNSS.
Okay, so the speed of 340 has been achieved. I'll push down the throttle a little bit. Okay, this is down. Now we can see.
10,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 right approach via AGNSS transition. Cleared to AGNSS Endeavour 4772.
Now let's see what it does. You see? Now it will start to gain altitude. We are at 300 feet.
Please expedite your climb to flight level 280.
We've got a second instruction from ATC that they have asked us to expedite the climb to flight level 280. That's what we're going to do now.
72 contact New York Center on 133.15.
We are at 1100 feet a minute. I think we can bump that up a little bit. Let's make it 2000 feet a minute. Let's see what the autopilot will do. You see this arrow coming here?
Endeavour 4772.
So this would mean that after about 20 nautical miles, we will be able to achieve this 28,000 feet altitude. So I think plus 2,000 feet per minute looks pretty comfortable for the aircraft. We are also maintaining some good airspeed, 310. That is fine. Should be there pretty quickly. Let's see outside. What is going on outside? And where do we have to go? Okay, we We are reaching PTW Nagi free. Okay, Garmin, that's okay. Look at the whole world from up here. Microsoft has done a phenomenal job in creating the whole world using Bing Maps and overlaying the AI to create this real world like game. Quite frankly, this is amazing. This is one of the best games I've ever played. And you see, there is some real-time air traffic. You see these lights over here? Still getting good frames actually. Alongside screen or phone. I'm sorry, screen streaming, which I'm just recording this gameplay. I was thinking that it would take a hit, but quite frankly, that's not the case. It is coping up well. After so many fixes for this game, the good thing about this game is that it keeps receiving updates. It keeps getting updated and better, and the development team is very responsive. So as soon as it get to hear about some bugs or something, they just get on with it and just start fixing it. So all this while we have received about 6 or 7 updates. So initially we had the Japan World update, and then we got the US update. Approximately with every update, we receive quite a lot of bug fixes. Some bugs get squished. The gameplay gets improved. So all these things. So you see this effect. So as soon as it starts to pan right, even the windows,
Airbus climb and maintain flight level 340.
even we can see from the other side of windows.
Climb and maintain flight level 340 Airbus.
Okay, we have got the ATC instruction to increase our flight level to flight level 340, and we are going to just do that.
Center American 20905, visit 13,000 feet, descending 10,000 feet.
American 20905 New York Center, continue as planned. QNH 29.902.
Let's look at the level of details. I don't know, maybe this side of the windows are not working properly. Maybe. I'm getting this view from here. That's fine. Let me check what all other views that we have. Let's try to take that to the other.
Your climb to flight level 340.
What is not going to 340? What is it doing? Uh,
Airbus contact New York Center on 135.45.
340. Okay.
135.45 for Airbus.
I'm going to give it a manual.
New York Center Airbus is climbing through flight level 280 for flight level 340.
Okay, flight level 340 selected.
Center, continue as planned.
So now I have disengaged the auto speed. So what does it say? Engage the manage speed mode. I've disengaged, so whatever the speed autopilot feels is good is going to maintain that. So if our rate of ascent becomes higher and the speed starts to dip, so what I'll do is it will automatically increase the speed a little bit from here. So what we were doing previously was that we had selected the airspeed. So the aircraft was trying to maintain that 350 knots as it was trying to ascend, but in the way we were seeing that the speed was getting reduced. So at these levels, so we are 30,000 feet, you see, we are at 260, 250. Alright, so at 260, 250, but if you see here, the ground speed is 394, 392, and true airspeed is close to 400. Okay, I think we are approaching the airport or something, or some other way. We have been asked to reduce altitude to flight level 260. Okay, that's what I'm going to do now, 260. So this constraint is that it will, on the map over here, it's going to show that what speed and what altitude do we need.
Street 5081 is out of 12,000 feet for 10,000 feet.
Alright, so we are trying with the different angles.
081 New York Center, continue as planned. QNH 29.902.
Oh wow, this is a good angle. Oh, you can see a little bit of wing flex from this angle. That's good. How about this one?
Please expedite your descent to flight level 260.
I'm doing that. You see, it's reducing. This one is good. Ah, nice. So the heat coming from the engines is doing these effects on the image. That's good. That's good level of detail. You see the wing flex from the other side. This is the tail angle, and this is it's behind the tail a little bit. Alright, what angle do we have next? So you see, now the speed is increasing. This is a thing. So this is what happens when you disengage the manage speed mode. Alright, this is the engine view. This is another angle from the engine. This is the inside window view. The other window view. That's good. Wing view from the inside and the engine view from the side. That's nice. See over these? Okay, so there's some scratches as well on the windows. You see? That's good. Windshield, maybe windshield effects, maybe. Let's go outside. Alright, how much of the route is left? Okay, it's maintaining 320. That means Autopilot has selected.
081 contact New York Center on 124.625.
Autopilot has selected that 320 should be the speed over here.
Maintain flight level 180.
Alright, we've got another instruction to maintain the flight level 180.
Descend and maintain
Reducing.
flight level 180 Airbus.
Okay, reducing to 180. What is the next waypoint? Nagi.
625 Blue Street.
8.4 nautical miles away. And this here gives you the time. Let me say by 9:44 you're going to be there. So what time is over there? No, I think 9:44 local time maybe, or this time is faulty. So so these all things. So this is primary flight display. This is what you call primary flight display. This here shows the navigation screen. This gives you the engine information, that how much of thrust we are and how much torque we are getting. This is N1, N2. N1 is the torque, N2 gives you the percentage. FOB fuel on board, we have 9,800, about 9 tons of fuel, 9.8 tons. This gives you the fuel pumps and all these pressures. So over the wings, that means 608 kilograms air on each of the wing tips, the external wing tanks. So this is at the center tank. It is at 0. That means we have consumed about how much we have consumed. Yeah, 300 here, 300 here. Yep. So 300, so 600 we have consumed. So basically what happens is whenever you try to fly, so the center tank gets depleted the first. So you see, and now these are being, so now, and first center, then these two, and then at the last the end. So 5 kg per minute is the fuel consumption. True air temperature TAT is -1 degrees, and fuel on board we are good. See, it is maintaining the climb percentage. Throttle climb is fine. Navigation is all. Altitude we have selected. Autopilot 1. Auto thrust is enabled. We are reducing. And what are we getting over here? Is it right? We have crossed that. Okay, so using this knob over here, you can browse through different screens for navigation. This is a full 360-degree navigation. This is a VOR. This is a nav. So I like it in the arc.
Airbus descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Keep speed below 250 knots.
Okay, 12,000. 12,000 it is. And we got another instruction.
Descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Keep speed below 250 knots, Airbus.
So we have been asked to keep the speed below 250 knots. Let's see if we are going to maintain that. Okay, so this much of route is left. We should be at 2000 over here and 1500 here when the ILS will kick in. Alright, I was giving you, yep. So the flight display, the right nav button, gives you which ILS has been selected. We selected ILS 10. It is at course 94.
434 contact New York Center on 132.5.
And frequency 109.7. This is the flight plan over here. Destination is this. So this is radio communications here.
2.5 for Blue Street 5434.
Alright, what do we have? So we have the joystick over here. This is a primary flight display. This is a navigation display brightness over here. And using this button you can display the terrain on the display, the navigation display. So if we are going through the hilly areas, this is going to get lit up green based on the terrain.
You are 26 miles northeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors. ILS runway 10 approach.
Let's 10 approach. Okay.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors. ILS runway 10 approach, Airbus.
Okay, we are approaching the airport. Let's see, where are we and how much of route is left. Alright, we're going to take this path. Let's see outside. Beautiful clean weather. Nice blue skies, clear, totally clear. Alright, so this is the engine EGT, engine exhaust gas temperature, sorry, 480, 482. Now as we are descending, the indicator airspeed 320 and the true airspeed, the difference between these two starts to reduce, because as we are closer to the ground, the density of the air gets thicker and thicker. So the pipettes, you see these pipettes, these probes. So these probes are used to indicate the airspeed in case the instruments goes down or something. So air flowing through them is how it's used to calculate the airspeeds. So you see, so in the icy conditions, it is extremely important that you turn on anti-ice, because if ice starts to develop on these probes, then you will get the airspeed, incorrect readings for airspeeds. Okay, we are now close to the airport. Let's see okay, it has started to catch the ILS. You see, with this LS in button over there. So when you press it, you see ILS. It has caught the ILS. There should be two diamonds over here, which are going to display. You see these two diamonds. So these are going to be helpful for you to make sure that you are at the correct glide slope and you are at the center of the runway. But we are going to keep it off for now. And airspeed is reducing to 200, which we don't want. Let's reach over there pretty quickly. Let's keep it 250. Right, we have been asked to move to 2,000 feet. That means we are close to the airport.
On 134.15.
134.15 for Airbus. Washington Center Airbus is out at 12,000 feet for 2,000 feet.
Airbus Washington Center, continue as planned. QNH 29.902.
Why it's not reducing the altitude? Shall I do it manually? We're gonna select minus of, let's say, 3,000. And that should be fine. So 3,000 feet a minute, and we are descending.
Airbus, you are 14 miles northwest of Baltimore. Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact Baltimore Tower on 119.4.
Do I have to take this route? Let's see.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 119.4 Airbus.
I'm going to reduce this even down to move
Baltimore
pretty
Tower,
quickly
Airbus 15 miles
to
northwest
2,000
of
feet.
ILS runway 10 approach.
By the time we reach column, we are going to
Baltimore Tower. Cleared ILS.
attain this
Runway
altitude.
10 approach. QNH 29.902 wind 282 at 10.
The plane would start to bank a little bit on the left.
Cleared ILS runway 10 approach Airbus.
See, the thing about instrument flying is that you don't even need to look outside. Everything is done by the computers on board. So we are also about to prep for the landing. You see the brake lever is set. I'm going to engage auto braking to set to medium. And alright, we are banking to left to head to the column. Airspeed is moved to 300. 322 ground speed, 328 true airspeed. You can see this is fine, and this is the course we are going to take. Let's turn on this now. We are at ILS runway 10. We have selected. So as we move down, the diamond would start to go up. That means we are trying to achieve the appropriate altitude for an ILS landing. Look at the ground from here, beautiful. Look at the detailing which Microsoft has given. Look at the trees, sounds amazing, just amazing. Amazing work they have done. Really commendable job. Alright, you see here? I had turned on the terrain data, so you see? So we have a 2000 caller. 2145. It's the time to engage the landing gear. We'll put the landing gear down. Alright, landing gears are out. They've been pulled out. Now we will reduce the speed to about 190. And at the same time, now we are aligned with the runway. We are going to turn on the approach mode. Now as I turn on the approach mode, you see what the plane is going to do is it's going to align itself with the center of the runway, and this is indicated by this diamond over here. And it is also start to reduce the altitude. So this diamond, which is presently a little bit higher, would also start to come down as we reduce the altitude. So nothing has been done by me now. I will also take one level of flaps. We're at 190. Let's take two of them. Okay, so we have taken two flaps. Alright, this is fine. We can see the airport runway right above ahead, right in front of us. Alright, now Let's reduce speed a little bit. We'd move it to 160. Take one more level of flap. We are at flap 3.
Southwest 119er, 8 clear to land runway 28.
Alright, we have been
Follow
cleared
the
to
on final.
land on the runway
282 at 10.
at 160. And this diamond has now started to appear and it will come down.
Cleared to land runway 28 Southwest 119er 8.
Now we are at 2000 selected altitude. Now as this diamond will go below 2000, we will see that altitude would now be
Southwest 119er.
replaced by GS. GS means glide slope. That means the glide slope has been selected, and as we approach the runway, the altitude would start to decrease. This line over here will also start to go down. See, it is now crossing this 2000. Yep, the glide slope has moved up, and we have started to descend. 1600. It is about 1.6 miles over there.
282 at 10.
Okay, we can see the runway.
Southwest
I
119er,
will
8 exit runway with
re
Eagle.
reduce the speed to its landing speed, which is 140 miles, nautical miles. Take the last level of full flaps. Okay, now the plane autopilot is doing everything on itself, and it's trying to align itself to the runway, and also it will try to maintain this at this level, and while the altitude starts decreasing. So that means we are at the center of the runway, and we also at the right glide slope for this airport.
Southwest 119er, 8 contact ground on 121.9er.
Look at the details and the building. Amazing, just amazing. Alright, so we have the airport runway in sight. Now I'm going to take the manual control.
1.9er Southwest 119er 8.
I'm going to take the control from autopilot to manual. Okay, this is reducing. We are at 800 feet now. 500 caller. Okay. Auto brake quick check. Auto brakes is on, and airspeed is also air brakes are also on. 500. And we have a little bit of turbulence. 400. 300. 200. Right. Autopilot disengaged. Okay, we are about to hit the runway. 100, 60, 50, 40, 20. Going to try to land as soft as possible, and we should see the air brakes. Okay, reverse thrusters are on. Air brakes have been engaged, and try to land as soft as possible. Alright, air brakes, and we have landed successfully. Now as soon as you land, it's important to take an exit quickly so that you can keep the runway clear as much as possible. So the ATC has asked us to turn to the next taxiway. Alright, this is clear. Take the flaps up.
Southwest 214 clear to land runway 28. Follow the aircraft on final. 1282 at 10.
121.9er Airbus.
Alright,
Clear to land runway 28 Southwest 214.
we have landed successfully, guys. And going to head to my taxiway. I just don't mind me not following the exact taxiway. I think it's bugged. How can I take that small turn? This big aircraft. Alright.
Southwest 214, turn next taxiway.
Okay, taxiway next. Almost at the end of it now. Let's try to say if we are aligned. We are not. Okay, now we are. Details, guys, details. Alright,
Southwest 214 exit, runway
we
10.
are. Okay, parking brakes engaged. We have parking brake, yep, engaged, and now we can turn off the engine.
Contact ground on
Engine 1, engine 2.
121
Alright guys, so this was a quick flight. Let me know how you liked it. Subscribe and like my channel if you want more such content. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, peace.